Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it. So the coronavirus pandemic has, of course, changed the way the world and the way in which Miss Universe carries out her duties. But that hasn't stopped you from advocating for gender equality, has it? Tell us more about what you're doing.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Yes, it absolutely hasn't stopped me, because in as much as I can't be there personally to do things, I think we're so fortunate to be living in a digital age, because then we're able to connect with people virtually. And so when the pandemic started and I wasn't really able to move, I started the hashtag Universe United, which initially was meant to, connect the universe, the world. A lot of people felt isolated. And so I wanted to start a platform where we can create this global virtual community. But then it started expanding, and I wanted to use it as a way to continue my messaging and to continue, speaking about social issues that I am passionate about, that including gender-based violence and gender equality. And so that's how I've been using it, connecting people from different parts of the world and having conversations about gender-based violence and gender equality, tapping into different people and trying to understand how we can get to a place where we can quickly bridge that gap between genders, and how we can help women, reach out to different women in different parts of the world, seeing how we can help them with, gender-based violence.
Yeah. Now, as you know, South Africans are really fed up with gender-based violence, taking to the streets last year, which led to an emergency plan to deal with the second pandemic, which is what we're calling it. But this year, we continue to see more women being raped, killed, assaulted. What do you think needs to happen to see change?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of we've marched, we've pleaded, we've said everything, and plans have been made. Now it's time to actually implement the plans. No more speeches, no more talking, no more discussions, more of action. Because, if we look at South Africa and its systems and its policies, they're not really, in favor of women and their safety. And so I think it's time that we started looking at that and making sure that they are, in favor of women and their safety.
You've launched
more action and less talk.
Yeah, you've launched this fearless campaign. What do you have to say to women who are being abused and still feel trapped?
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate one, but I hope, women find the courage to find their power. I hope women find the courage to speak out. I hope women find, the courage to reach out to other people and other women who, are close to them. It's so unfortunate that we're not the ones who are putting ourselves in positions of being abused. But I do hope that, through this campaign, we're able to inspire more women to speak out, because you find if one person speaks out, it does encourage another person to come out as well and say, listen, I'm struggling as well. And so I think first for women is really, trying to build that platform and that community of women who can speak out and try to bring other women up with them.
Yeah, and just speaking out is obviously not enough for women who need economic emancipation, because the president has said this also needs to happen to give women the power that they require to leave a relationship if it is abusive. How do we make that happen, and in particular talk to the private sector to ensure this happens?
Yeah, it's simple, start creating more opportunities for women in workspaces. We deal with so many things, like when we look at the gender gap when it comes to men being paid more than women are being paid, when it comes to women not getting hired in enough positions. And it goes back to education as well. Women not being educated enough because they come from homes that are built in these patriarchal systems that aren't allowing women to be. And so it's so many factors that play into it. Before women can have that economic freedom, they need the education to actually be able to get there. So many things need to be done by the private sectors. They need to do better. We see them every day coming out on social media, tweeting and tweeting, speaking about women empowerment and empowering women. But are you really doing it within your organizational structures? How many women do you have there in leadership? How many women have you hired in there? And so we really need to, stop having those conversations and actually start implementing.
Yeah. So let's shift gear a little bit. Your overall experience as Miss Universe, any pet peeves?
Any pet peeves as Miss Universe? I don't know if I can point out one now, but I think just the most annoying thing has just been home and not being able to actually be out there and do my job. But I don't think I can think of any at the top of my head right now.
Yeah, so your words of encouragement, because you're locked up in the apartment basically, because New York was hit hard, to people around the world. You are Miss Universe after all. How do people stay positive during this COVID-19 period?
Yeah, I think creating an environment that is not of panic is very important. The whole world is going through this. And so I like to remind people that it's not just you, who's going through this. At least, take comfort in knowing that we woke up this morning and we have, opportunities still. And my words of encouragement would be to use this time to, better ourselves, whether it's in our personal lives or whether it's in our careers and in our businesses, to just really, take this time to plan even further so that when this ends, we hit the floor running into implementing the plans that we were working on during this time. So, just people, need to stay strong. We will make it out of this. And when we do get to the other side, make sure you are on the right side of having planned everything out.
Yeah, on the right side of history. So let's end with what comes to mind when I say the following words. 1, woman.
Incredible.
Men.
One word. I want to say do better, but that's 2 words.
Yeah, you can give me your thoughts overall.
Sorry?
You can give me your thoughts overall. Men do better. That's a good one. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. They always have, they do today, and they always will.
Donald Trump.
Do better.
Do better. And finally, we'll end on a very positive, fun note. Amapiano.
Oh, my God. Fire. Fire emojis everywhere.
Yeah. I hope you are learning the dances and the songs there in New York. I'm sure that it's being played there.
I am learning, but I'm horrible at it. But it will not stop me from dancing anyways.
Same here. We're on the same page. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for making South Africa proud. We appreciate your time. That, of course, is Miss Universe, Zozi-bini Tunzi.